Hello everyone, my name's Steph. I'm Botanist Cool. Today we're painting more Battletech encampments and emplacements and all that kind of stuff. So towers and what have yous, and turrets and yada yada yada. We'll be getting these guys a lot more done now and a lot more figured out. And looking a little bit better, hopefully. So yeah. Where to start? We are gonna do a hella pin washing and a lot of details, so actually I might need a smaller brush. Let me get a brush, give me a second. Okay, I got some brushes. Now, the goal for these guys, I think, is going to be to hit like some certain specific areas, like right here, where there's like these rungs. Because what I've got now are a lot of nice dark areas. You can make them a little darker. And I don't want to just use a shadow wash, because every time I do that, it looks kind of shit. So like this is usually what I use. It's a pretty shitty. I don't know. I don't like it. Or I'll use Known Oil, which is where is it? Right here. So you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I am going to get one more brush. I just realized I'm gonna need it. I am going to make a mix of Known Oil and gray. Like, we are gonna mix these two a little bit to get a darker shade, right? Yeah, that's it. That's my plan. And we're gonna use water as a thing to connect them both. So like one drop or a partial drop, not even a full drop of Known Oil. Like, we'll get like a single brush worth. Those two brushes. And then we're gonna get a little bit of gray. Ooh, that did real good. Actually, that turned that, like, very watery thing very good. What I can do now, if I really want to, you know what? I'm gonna add a little bit more Known Oil. See if that'll work. A little darker. Yeah, it's getting darker. Alright, let's try adding a little bit more Known Oil. Okay, that is a darker gray. I like that. Let's give it a look. Yes, that's a darker gray. It is not black. That's the whole point. Alright, good. Because like, I've been wanting to give it like kind of shading, more pin washing. Hold on. I can see things better. A little bit more Known Oil actually in there. There we go. That again. Okay, yeah. So That's very subtle. There we go. Look at that. That's nice. You see that already. And it's a dark gray. It's not black. Yeah, that's important. I don't want it to be black because excuse me. Okay. There's like some exhaust that's well, the whole point is that you're not supposed to be able to see it. See, but like see? No. You can see the difference in like this area versus that area. Or here. Or as an example, take a look at this guy. You'll see the difference. That I'm satisfied with. I don't want to do too much. Already a lot of nooks that are already so hidden. I don't really want. All right, Winter, give me a second. But you guys can see like just how different the shading there looks versus the shading on this side. It's still there. It's still very different, but that's a little deeper. All right, page 39 on the Star Wars book. I've got the book. Hi, it looks awesome. Thank you. All right. Why do droids have insomnia? Why do droids like C-3PO and R2-D2 and all those cool little guys? Why do droids have insomnia? One last time. Why do droids have insomnia? This is your final time to get in a guess if you guys want to get in a guess. Droids have insomnia because they're too wired to fall asleep. They're too wired to fall asleep. Hi there, JT. How are you doing today? That's a good one. I like it. It's a nice one. What are we doing today, Star Wars? We are doing BattleTech. So what's happening now is I'm giving these guys a little bit of a pin wash. So the best place to see the example would be right here. The top part of this is pin wash. You'll see that dark blackish gray on top. The bottom part is not. So I'm going to a lot of these nooks and crevices and adding just a little bit of extra shadow to them. Like this side here, pin washed. That side, not. No. And later on, we're gonna kind of give it a little last dry brush, and then we're gonna fix that up. Because like a lot of these areas are gonna be pin washed, but I don't like how oily it looks. I'm trying to see if I can stop that. I don't think I can. Because a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll just take a big brush and they'll go over the entire thing itself. However, I don't like that, and I'll show you why. So these guys were not pin washed, and you can see how the washes are kind of like a stain on the colors. I don't like that. I don't like that the wash is a stain on the colors. So I'm trying pin washing. I want to try to see if that will work really well, how much it'll work, etc. And so far it's working pretty good, so long as I'm keeping it very limited. So I'm keeping it limited to like really big cracks and crevices essentially. I'm not going crazy like I would on some other things. Things like Warhammer want an entire wash. I don't like that. Like right here, all I want to do is right here. A little easier to see, kind of. Go back up, spread it out. Now we got a little bit more shadow right here. It's not a lot. Admittedly, it's not a lot, but I like it. It's a little bit of detail that I appreciate for my minis. Like right here. Right in the butt crack of the turret. Right there. I don't want to do these areas. These areas I think are fine without a wash. Also, how are you doing, Winter? How are you doing, JT? I hope you're both doing very well. Over here for washes, there's like these areas right here. I do actually have Star Wars minis. I will not need. Now you can see just a little bit how that's a little darker. That's what I'm looking for. This area is not big enough for me to want to give it a wash. I think that's too dramatic. But down here, yeah. This guy's not gonna get a lot of washes. This mini's not gonna get. Because I'm doing pin washing. I'm just waiting for like the deepest of the deep. Archimedes, hello. Okay. You know the string. Sorry I haven't been painting a lot. It's been hard to get the motivation to do. I'll shoot straight. No, I don't like that. I have ice cream sandwich. Let's go. I also want to add and this one. Oh yeah. I've also been a little addicted to Tomodachi Life recently. Just been a lot of fun. I didn't think I'd enjoy Tomodachi Life as much as I have been. The drama in Tomodachi Life is great. I love it. There's some wild shit happening there. Steve Irwin has fallen in love with Bob Ross. Commander Titus of Warhammer fame is falling in love with Uncle Roger. What else is happening? For a little while, Agnes Tachyon had a crush on me, and then she got out of that. What else? What else has happened about your life? I don't know, it's been silly. I also put in some characters I write in there and stuff like that, so I've been having a good. I put Lino in there from Permit. Great fun little game. Got a few more characters I want to put in. Although I do a lot of custom, like actually outfits and shit. So, like that took me like 10 hours to do one outfit. You guys got. Hell yeah, Archimedes, thank you for the 3-watch stream, baby. Let's go. Good shit, bud. Thank you, I appreciate it. Also been playing a lot of Stellaris. Having a great time. Also, how's my audio? Is the music too loud? I've been trying to make sure that's not too loud, but tell me if it's too loud. Alright. I could go for these. I think that those are really done well on their own. I could go for this as well, but yeah, I'll go for that one. I'm gonna make it a little lighter though. I've been in a creative mood recently. Hell yeah! What are you creating? Excuse me. Sorry, my throat's been having a great time whenever I talk. I want to differentiate this. I will be drawing a new avatar for my Steam profile. Let's go. That's cute. Hell yeah. That's awesome. I'm excited to see it if you want to share it. I just realized I've been at the corner again of my like desk. So it's hard for you guys to see my shit. Let me know if I'm ever like too far too close. Those new one for my Twitch avatar? Let's go. We'd love to hear it. Oh yeah, I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that. Oh, shit. Where'd it go? Got it. It's been a little while since you've drawn? Hell yeah. It's been a little while since I've painted, so I feel you. Little while is like 5 years? Okay, that's a little longer than mine painting. Yeah, that's fair. Not doing any of that, not doing any of that. Maybe some of those. Oh, hold on, we'll do that later, actually. You gotta add in a little bit of... Hell yeah, let's go. That's good shit. That's good shit. Where's my Doom Bull Brown? I know I have it somewhere around here. There we go. Got it. Welcome back from the ads, everyone. Oh, wait. No, that's not it. Okay, cool. Okay, I think I got a good little mix in there. A dark gray black, which is exactly what I'm looking for. Might need a little bit more black, a little bit more Nuln Oil. There we go. Might actually need a little more on that one. I don't see that big of a difference. Alright, let's try it one more time. Hell yeah, I'll take a gander at it when I'm done streaming. The Justice Show I've not lost a skill? Hell yeah. I mean, if you practice, you'll maintain skill for years and years and years. It's just gonna be, you know, one of those you still have to practice to get back to your old level. Oh god. Also memory is gonna be there. Those brain neurons. You will still have that skill. I'm looking for a very specific color. What color am I looking for? There it is. Not a color I've used in a while. Dryish. Dry. I wonder if I could put a little bit of medium into it and help it out. Let's see if I can give this a go. We got a lot of like shaking to do for this thing, huh? Almost done. All right, so to show you guys what we've done so far, it's not a lot. That's the whole bunch not supposed to be a lot yet. So we've got some deeper shadows here, and that's the point. I want to see, because you can see what I mean by it looks a little oily. I want to see if I can get rid of that. I don't know how, but I want to see if I can. Maybe if I get like a matte finish on it somehow. Either way, you can see that we have more shadows on here, these areas here, etc. There's a few more shadows on some of these. Some of them have less shadows. The doors are a little more pronounced, as an example. These little areas are a little more pronounced. This one didn't get a lot, but you see it at the bottom, and you can see it on top here. See it a little bit over here. And on all these guys, you have some very gentle, like, additions in the corners here, on the sides, and the nooks and crannies of it all. It's a lot of small additions, essentially. Oh, let me get my pen out real. Water real quick. If you haven't already, make sure to drink and stretch and take care of yourself. Very important stuff, y'all. I'm doing that right now. That's a good bit of water. All right, let's get this lead belcher out. Oh. I'm gonna need to buy lead belcher very soon, it looks like. Yeah, you see like not a lot coming off on my paintbrush there. Okay, I can take it straight from the pot then. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna get all these little metallic parts here. All these like gun turret parts. I know in Battletech they're often painted the same. Your house has them, but I hate them. I like them looking very distant. I don't know. It's my style choice. Oh, there's also like vents. Okay, next piece. I've also been listening to the project book for the audiobook for Project Hail Mary. It's been a very fun. I'm only 5 or 6 chapters in. Not very far. I have been enjoying it, and I do appreciate that, like, the author, I think it's the same guy who did The Martian, brings a lot of, like, real-life science in there. A lot of stuff that even I've recognized as my time as a teacher and stuff like that. Which is really cool. A lot of concepts that I've known just as being, like, a science kid my entire life, or and even things that are just, like, being taught to me pretty consistently. I didn't know Venus have a significant magnetosphere, as an example. Like Earth at least, which is really cool. And I did some research on that afterwards. I'm like, oh shit, really? Alright, that's cool. Oh, that's fucking cool as hell. So, yeah. Really like that. Okay. I just keep repositioning myself. Y'all ever do that when you're just sitting down? It's like, oh, time to switch my legs. Switch up the location of your leg entirely. Do that so often. I can't. I cannot. It's just something I can't do. I'm not good at sitting still. So I keep just standing up and moving about and shaking it about and do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what I'm all about. Now actually what looks really good, like fully washed is actually lead belcher. Lead belcher is one of the few paints I like just straight up wash. Like not pin wash, just straight up normal wash. But not a lot of paints I like that I like looking raw from a wash. And you remind myself that TBH I keep ending up shrimp mode. Yeah, same here. I gotta. Oh. I'm kind of like actively Already back in actually. One. This doesn't have sun ramparts on it, or it does. Yeah, this lead belcher's going. It's going big time. I have like a few uses of it. I haven't been interested in going to the Warhammer store in a very long time. All the minis of the month have been repeat for a while now. They just had a they just had a League of Votan mini of the month, and that is a repeat from like October or November of 2024. I think yeah, it's fine, but like they've had a few repeats, and it's a lot of people have been noticing that a lot has been repeats. My guess is because they're getting ready for the next edition of Warhammer. They're just kind of getting rid of old stock. But it's also like, hey, wow, you had so much of this left over. Why didn't you just, you know, have more for more people when they came the first time around? You know? Like, it's like a lot of people go and they miss some and all that kind of stuff. It's like, oh, I could have. It looks like you could have definitely given out more. Hi, Bam. How are you doing today, bud? Here, I'm gonna clean this up real quick. Where is my... There they are. Alright. Like, look at this lead belcher. There's not a lot left in there. I'm just gonna see if I can scrape up some of the dry stuff so I can close properly, essentially. Like, look at that. That could stop it from closing and dry out even quicker. I don't like Citadel's hot thing. Oh yeah, look at that. See? Nice to do that. It's kind of cathartic. But I don't like Citadel's pot structure. I prefer Army Painter's zipper bottle. I put a little bit more in here, just to like, it's just a little medium. I don't think the medium's gonna be perfect for a metallic, but I may as well get some in here so I can make it last a little longer. And we have a really good shake while we let all this. Shit, missed a piece. Hold on. A hydrate? Thank you very much, Winter. Give me 1 second, I will hydrate, I promise. Damn, I got a whole bunch on me. Hydrating. Ugh. There we go. And let's give this a really good shake up. You completed your sketch? Hell yeah. That's awesome. Alright, how does that look? Does that look a little better at least? A little bit. But there's obviously just not a lot in here left. Oh, I have an extra ball. Or two. Hold on. There we go. I forgot how fast I could draw. Hell yeah. So these guys just help mix the paint up a little bit, and because a lot of it's coated to the side, it'll probably help get all some of it off the side if I give it a little bit of time in there. So let's do that. You'd hear it. But yeah, I hear it mostly hitting like the plastic, which means that there's not a lot of paint here. I used up this paint like no fucking tomorrow, which is the point, obviously. You guys can probably hear it. It sounds like crackling, like static in the background. Oh yeah, that mixed it up a bit more. That did it real good, actually. I'll probably need to mix it up a bit more later. I'm done with it for now, so that's not bad. That's pretty good. Because all we've done basically, take all those little metal parts, get a metallic. Take all those little metal parts, and get a metallic. And we're just gonna give them a quick little wash now in Nuln Oil. Because again, this metallic color is the only color in my opinion that looks great straight up just like in Nuln Oil, like legit. I don't know why. It just looks great in Nuln Oil. And otherwise, other stuff doesn't. And I don't like how other stuff looks with Nuln Oil. Just this that looks great with Nuln Oil. So let's do that real quick. Like, that looks so great already. So, like, I'm loving that. Yeah, for whatever reason, only Nuln Oil, only Lead Butcher looks great. I have no doubt part of it's just like, I don't have the skill to make it look good on other things, maybe. I gotta keep practicing it, maybe. I mean, I definitely gotta keep practicing. That's just general what I gotta do. Welcome back from the ads, everyone. Curious if I want to do the areas in. I could. It won't take long. Here. I could do those. It won't take long at all, actually. See if I like it. Yeah, I could get that a little bit, lead belchery. This is a very old brush. Kind of perfect for this. I'm not. Moxie, hello. God, my throat. Hold on. Hi, Moxie. How you doing? Let me give a quick shout out to Moxie, by the way. Another fantastic mini painter and streamer. Shout out. There we go. Hell yeah. Oh, least I could do. Today we're painting some Battletech emplacements. We did the base of them quite a while ago, the general thing. So what I decided to do today was a little bit of pin washing on some of these like crevices here, as you can see. Little bits of pin washing. Little bits of pin washing over here. I just always feel like rough washing, if anything, even for Mono, because it looks so streaky afterwards and it looks kind of stained. I don't like that. Like, I look like oily in the middle there. And then we put lead belcher on here and did a full wash. The washes actually work fantastic on lead belcher, in my opinion. Fuck yeah. But yeah, I've stopped doing a lot of washes because what I do instead is I do darker layers and I do a lot of dry brushing instead. So today, basically, we were just going back, adding some very gentle, like, pin washes, like some of these very specific areas to make it a little darker. We already highlighted them over a little while ago, but yeah. Huge fan of Rust Fang wash. Wait, what do you mean? Of Rune Fang. I'm huge fan of Rune Fang wash for mine. I do not know what that means. I'm sorry. Yeah, so this is what it kind of looks like now. Runefang Steel. Oh, yeah. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, that's looking great. I think this looks fantastic. So the next part of this would basically be, thank you. It's a brighter lead belcher. I actually then I probably wouldn't like this. I love the darkness of lead belcher. Actually, I love how dark it is. My general thing, just so you see what it looks like at the end. They're gonna look like this eventually. That's gonna be the theme. They're gonna have moss and shit growing up on them and shit. It'll be great. Thank you. Hold on. What I'm gonna do, something real quick. I'm gonna get some water. I'm thirsty. I'm a thirsty bitch. And while I do that, I'm gonna determine if I have the spoons to continue streaming. I haven't been able to stream a lot of mini painting in a while, y'all, as you probably noticed, because I just don't have the spoons for it. So give me a moment. I'm gonna go do what I gotta do. Get some water. If you're up to it, we're gonna continue on, and we're gonna start at least getting some of that green on here. All right? Be back. Thanks, Moxie. I'm gonna get my special brush real quick. So that's my moss brush right here. It's a brush I broke a while back that kind of has like this fucked up tip. Works great for moss. Yeah, I love Battletech mechs too. Honestly, I've been enjoying Battletech significantly more than I've been enjoying Warhammer for a long time now. I've been doing more Battletech than anything else. Alright, here, let me, I think the last bit of paint gunked up this brush. I gotta give it a little, like, rubbing real quick. Hi, Winter. Same boat, honestly, been painting up, scoring. Yeah, nice. Any favorite mechs of yours, Moxie? My favorites are Locust. I love those fucking ankle biters. The Flea's a great one. Again, ankle biters, I love them. They're so silly. King, oh, I love the crab. I love the crab, yes. I'm also a very big quad mech enjoyer, so the Scorpion's a favorite of mine. Locust is a bastard playing. I'm nursing a headache, but I'm doing okay. Oh yeah. I hope the headache gets better. But yeah, Scorpion's a favorite of mine too. I actually have one that I will be painting in these colors as well later on. Okay, we really got all that paint out. Cool. Where is my... Here we go. Green skin paint. I love them. They're so stupid. Fishing packing for a trip. Oh, you got henna done. Let's go. Where are you going on a trip there, Winter? Where are you going? Ooh, BT Gothic. Let's go. I'm waiting for their because I have a small backlog, so I'm not getting any new minis anytime soon. The only way I'm getting minis is if someone decides to like hire me for a charity commission, which unlikely, but what was I saying? I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm waiting for their ray guns and rockets. I want the ray guns and rockets ones. I love that 1960s, 1970s style sci-fi. The gothic one is fine, but in all reality, the only one I really care about in the gothic one is the scorpion. I don't care about the gothic thing, yeah. Retro features, yeah, exactly. I just don't care about that gothic vibe too much, if I'm honest. I know it's great and people love it. I know a lot of people like it because, like, you know, it's kind of Warhammery. I just don't care about it. It's not my vibe. Going to Turks. Turkey? I've heard of Turks and Caicos. What is it, though? I don't know what it is, I'll be honest. I am uncultured. Islands! Ooh! Oh! Hell yeah, you gotta go to the beach. Good time to do that now, too. We're getting right into that springy summertime. Good shit. So yeah, as you guys can see, I do very light taps and slowly build up. West of Cuba, they look so pretty. And with henna too. Yeah, and with henna, baby. I haven't gotten a henna tattoo in years. I got them when I was a kid. Back when I was a wee little lad. I mean, I want to surprise my cousins there with my mom and my brother. We haven't told my cousins yet. Oh, they think I'm in school? Oh! That'd be a nice little surprise. I'd be like, oh, hell yeah. That's so fun. That's so much fun. There you go. Now you guys can see that moss growing a lot better there. We're gonna have it kind of go around as well on this side. So yeah, I'm so happy for you, Winter. I'm so happy for you. Hope you have a fantastic time with the family. Ooh, a little thick there by accident. Oopsies. Yeah, exactly. Gotta use the Borg brush for shit like that, you know? A little thick, but I can still use it. Bum, 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 bum. The Komodo dragon. Quick shout out to Lord Falconis, who's doing Microsoft Flight Simulator recently and does a whole bunch of Phasmophobia on Tuesdays. For those of you guys who don't know, that Komodo dragon was a reference to Paleontologist Cool, the April Fool's joke we played this year, where we rebranded to Paleontologist Cool. So, a lot of fun, and thanks to the Discord polls, we decided to make this guy a permanent feature of the stream. A stretch? Oh, thank you, Winter. Oh, I don't know if you heard that, but my back just decided to crack everything. Actually, this is the perfect time. Ugh. There you go, I'm chilling myself real quick. There you go. As I stretch. I'm gonna take some more water too. I know no one redeemed it, but I'm drinking more water too. Oh, my fucking back. Anyways, go follow, subscribe, etc. Anyways, back to it. How you doing today, Lord Falconis? How's your Uma Musume ink? If you guys don't know, Lord Falconis also plays Uma Musume every day and is such a pro at it now. He's got like highest ranked Umas. Ayana Top Gun is his favorite. Yeah, you know, that kind of stuff. Personally, my favorite is Agnes Tachyon because Tachyon is just the objective best Uma. But you know, who am I to say that? Listen, Agnes Tachyon, for those who do know Uma Musume, that little psychopathic, insane lady, I love her. She's great. She's great. She's fucking insane. He sent me the fucking game, yeah. Agnes Tachyon, I'll say this as well. I was talking to my therapist about this a little while ago, actually. Hey, you guys ready to get into some real fucking territory? So like real Steph territory of how Uma Musume actually helped Steph in therapy. Are you guys ready for that shit? Fucking, this is gonna be a wild ride. So as those who've been here for a while know, I got leg injuries in my last job. They were some pretty severe leg injuries that prevented me from walking for a very significant portion of time. Achilles tendonitis, and Haglund syndrome. Long story short, because of my working conditions, I grew bone spurs and it got worse and worse and worse. So what happens now is, I'm watching the Uma Musume movie, which is a movie where Jungle Pocket, the horse, is the protagonist, and the antagonist is Agnes Tachyon, my personal favorite. And throughout the movie, you kind of see that Agnes Tachyon is very aware of her soon-to-be disability. She has very weak legs, because the real Agnes Tachyon in real life, he ran 4 races, and then he got a bowed tendon and actually pulled over to the side of the race to prevent his rider from getting injured, and had to retire. He wasn't put down. He wasn't that injured, but he had to retire. He couldn't race again. So Agnes Tachyon in the anime and the show kind of goes through something very similar. She runs her 4 canonical races, which are the races that same ones that Agnes Tachyon, the real one, ran. And she wins them all. Kicks ass, because she's the best Uma out there. And her whole purpose is, as this very intense and antagonistic character, because Jungle Pocket's like, I want to win, I want to do this, I want to be yada yada yada, right? You know, Agnes Tachyon kicked her ass over and over. She was and is the antagonist. Every time you saw Agnes Tachyon, which was a fascinating thing, there was always red light behind her. Like, all right, long story short, tachyons are theoretical particles that go faster than light, right? And whenever you saw Agnes Tachyon with light, with colored light, it would be behind her and it'd be red, which technically red is the fastest color of light because it's the one that travels through mediums like air and water fastest. That's why our skies are blue, because blue light has these it has different wavelengths, right? I think it's like shorter wavelengths that end up hitting more air molecules and scattering more, so you have a blue sky. Red wavelengths are very long and very they don't bump into a lot of things, so they go a lot farther, they penetrate a lot deeper, and you don't have a red sky until you have a sunset in which the instead of hitting going straight there, you're going throughout the entire atmosphere and slowly ending up scattering itself, right? So Agnes Tachyon always has this red light behind her. Jungle Pocket ends up breaking through her light and ends up getting to a yellow and I forgot her name, but something flame. Dansu Flame ends up breaking out to this violet color, so you got slower the faster and faster. But Agnes Tachyon's whole thing is she ends up wanting to retire from racing because she's disabled. She's hurt herself. She knows that the closer she gets to her goal of getting past whatever the limits of an Uma Musume is, the more likely she is to destroy her body. And she's seen that herself. When she almost broke her limit, she saw basically a vision of herself during the moment where her entire leg shattered, her entire being shattered, because she knew she would get injured permanently and not be able to do anything. So she trusted. So she basically said to herself that she was trusting the other Umas, like Jungle Pocket, to carry on her mission of going beyond the limit of Umas. At the end of the movie, she sees Jungle Pocket kind of get past her mental block of Agnes Tachyon, because Agnes Tachyon is that mental block for Jungle Pocket. Because Agnes Tachyon's fucking terrifying. She's fucking terrifying in this movie. It's so good. And at that point, Agnes goes, something along the lines of, yes, they will transcend that place that I want them to transcend, that I wanted to go, but while I can, why don't I just try to reach it myself? You know, I still have legs, let me reach it on my own. And she starts racing herself again, not racing in the actual race that Jungle Pocket's in, but on a bridge nearby, which kind of really resonated with me, because I have been, over the past few years, when I've had my disability, when I had Haglund's, I still do have Haglund. When I had significantly worse Haglund syndrome, connected with Achilles tendonitis, that was really bad. I limited myself in how I thought. I got complacent. And kind of like Agnes Tachyon, hilariously enough, with her going, I still have my leg, I still have the ability. I'm going to I trust them to do what I want them to do, but it doesn't mean I can't do it myself as well. Kind of inspired me to get more physically active in its way, where this is the movie. I don't know if the movie and the show are different continuities, but I know that's not quite the same as the show, because it's different. It's Uma Musume New Era, or something like that. Agnes Tachyon is fucking terrifying in the show, in the movie. And legitimately, I remember there's this one part where... let me finish the story actually real quick. So I started going to the gym and stuff, partially because Agnes Tachyon found a way to get past her disability and work with it. And I had to kind of come to grips with my disability. Literally 2 weeks ago, mind you. This is 2 weeks ago. Come to grips with my disability in a way that I did not before. and really choose to decide and make my life better for, like, essentially I think what I told my therapist was, why don't I just become my old Tachyon, you know? I'm never going to, like, I kind of told her, because I go to my therapist, I'm not going to break that red light that Tachyon breaks, but why don't I become my own Tachyon? Why don't I break my own limits, my own light speed? I still have the ability to do things. I still can be very physically active if I am careful and knowledgeable on how I work with my body. Why don't I do that? Why limit myself? And that's how I started going to the gym twice a week. Maybe it'll increase in the future, but it's hilariously enough, fucking Uma Musume got me more physically active in that way. Now, to be fair, this is not the first time anime's ever done that to me. Like, Amanchu got me to get my scuba diving license as an example. Fantastic anime that one, Amanchu is. But I got my scuba diving license because of Amanchu. You know? So yeah. Didn't appreciate it? Yeah, if they'd even pay attention. I don't know if the anime's made by them, but like, yeah. The fact that Agnes Tachyon is in that movie, willing to and able to get past or understand that she can work alongside her disability, kind of inspired me to do that myself. See, we're on ads now, so I'll give everyone a moment, and then I'll continue my stories. But holy shit, the anime is great. Well, the movie is great. I don't know about the anime. I don't watch the anime. I'll be honest. Also, the music playing reminds me of... This is Monster Hunter. This is Monster Hunter music, baby. Love Monster Hunter music. Good shit. Pretty sure this is from Rise ? All right, welcome back. So to continue off my story of Uma Musume and how it's gotten me to be physically more active. I really appreciate it. The movie itself is fantastic as well, and I'll tell you why. I'll switch from the personal story to like now this whole movie thing. The Uma Musume New Era movie is all about Manhattan Cafe, Dansu Flame, and Jungle Pocket alongside Agnes Tachyon. Agnes Tachyon has a very single-minded goal, and that is to get past the limit of Uma Musume's, right? And this is kind of represented in each person differently. So Manhattan Cafe has a invisible friend who runs whenever she races with her, and she's fast. She's always winning each race. It's kind of like, I would interpret that, even though I don't know much about Manhattan Cafe, as like her own goals and desires in a way. Right? You have Jungle Pocket, who's kind of the most normal of the group. She's just very competitive. She's very much so wants to like kick Agnes Tachyon's ass. Agnes Tachyon's weird. You know, she literally, when she first met Jungle Pocket, I think one of the coolest things about it is when she first met Jungle Pocket, they make her look so inhuman. It's really interesting because, like, as Agnes Tachyon walks through the corridors alongside Jungle Pocket, like she doesn't turn her head. It's just her eyes, and her eyes almost look like a horse's eyes, like in real life for a second. Like a horse has one hell of a fucking, like in real life, horses have an amazing like wide view, because if their head's going like that, if that's their nose, you know, if that's their nose right here, right? Their eyes are here facing out that way, while our eyes are here facing out that way, right? For a moment, it feels like she's got like real fucking horse eyes, where she's looking to the side and she's looking and analyzing the Jungle Pocket without ever even looking at her, like how we would, without ever facing her. She is not worth the time to face until she decides she is, and then Agnes Tachyon goes and like oh my god, look at those muscles, yada yada. She basically feels up her leg and all that kind of stuff. It's like, this is, oh yeah, I know who you are, kind of deal, you know. And then Jungle Pocket handedly, easily loses to Agnes Tachyon. Now Agnes Tachyon becomes this goal for Jungle Pocket to reach. They can focus on good, Moxie. And then eventually Agnes Tachyon retires from racing because she's gotten injured. And at this point, Jungle Pocket's lost to her twice. And Jungle Pocket, who's kind of made part of her identity now, wanting to beat Agnes Tachyon, part of her inspiration, wanting to beat Agnes Tachyon. And now, even though she wins multiple races, she can't do it. She now has this block in her head where it's like, there's this literal crystalline Agnes Tachyon that's mentally holding her back, like from like the hand on her head. And it is such a beautiful view of like that mental block of, I can't beat the person who I aspire to be, therefore I can never be truly good, right? That you can never truly move on and become my best if I can't beat the person who I thought I was destined to beat, who I worked so hard to beat, my rival. And Agnes Tachyon this entire time, her tone of voice, the way she looks at things, the way she understands things, and the way she interacts with them is very unsettling, very uncanny valley in its own way. The few moments of like, I guess like humanity you see in her are far and in between, yes, but at the same time they're also like when Jungle Pocket finally overcomes her mental block, and Agnes Tachyon decides she's gonna overcome her physical mental block, you know what I'm saying? And it's really cool. I think also the light symbolism is very cool, where Agnes Tachyon always behind her, or when people are looking at Agnes Tachyon when she retires, they're always looking at her and there's red light behind her, which is like, again, fastest light, but Agnes is always in front of that red light. She's never facing it until she chooses to face it when she gives up. Then she chooses to face it, and then therefore the red light is now her limit because she's chosen it as her limit. Then you have later on, Jungle Pocket kind of does the races, and she's going up against a few other people, and she decides she wants to catch up to Agnes Tachyon, and she starts breaking through her own little light barriers, and she starts glowing a beautiful like yellow, green, orange. It never gets to red, mind you, but she glows green, orange, and Dots of Flame glows at purple, and it's really cool. It's really cool. I think they did a great job with that. I don't know if that was like accidental color symbolism in terms of physics, but like it worked. They mentioned the speed of light multiple times, so I'm assuming it's not accidental, but you know, you never know. So there's that. And even then, what happens is like at the races, Agnes Tachyon is watching, and Haddon Cafe is kind of disgusted by Agnes Tachyon in this really weird way. She's very antagonistic towards her. Can't blame her. Agnes Tachyon kind of takes that, you know, that friend of hers very lightly. I can't say they have a good relationship. Hi there, Phaedros. How you doing today? We're working today on a whole bunch of BattleTech encampments. We're doing them in the style of my Merc group. The The Planetary Preservation Project or the Mosswood Rangers. Pleasure to meet you, first time chatter. How you doing today? We're talking about Uma Musume right now, and the movie, and how Agnes Tachyon's one hell of a fucking antagonist, and how she also helped me through my own physical disability and the mentality of that, literally the past 2 weeks. Yeah, we love BattleTech here. BattleTech's good shit. Yeah, she's a great antagonist. She's very unnerving. And the symbolism and the colors are also great. I love that so much. Yeah. Oh, Star Wars Legions, let's go! Did you get yourself like a new Legion set for May the 4th or some shit? What are you painting? Tell us what you're painting. I have some Star Wars minis, but they've been printed. They're not official. I have like some 3D printed Star Wars minis that I'm really excited to do one day. They're somewhere. I know there's. I put them somewhere. Don't know where I put them. Every payday for the past few months. Oh no. Oh, you got so much gray. Which kit are you working on now? Which kit are you working on building now, bud? Oh, love crab joys. They're so cute. They're so cute. I also just love my quads. My quad mechs and shit like that. So like the Scorpion and stuff on BattleTech. But like crab joys kind of follow that lines a little bit. I think I like that. We'll have like 2 thick ones. And I think we're gonna go on the bottom. Cool. I had a person bringing in a horse mech and a scorpion. Hey, horse elemental thingies. Let's go. I never actually played the game. It was adorable. They absolutely destroyed me. Yeah. I have a dwarf spider droid, a big 2 customizable Jedi, and the man himself, Hondo Onaka. Let's go. Who doesn't love our boy Hondo Onaka? Fuck, I love him so much. Hold on. Let me see if I can find my. Alright, I found them. So, I bought these off a guy who was doing some 3D printing. He's just trying to get rid of them, honestly. So I bought like 3 of these guys off of him. I bought them for like $10. I forget which walkers they are, but they are Clone War era's walkers. Got 3 of these guys. I forgot what walkers they are. I forgot which ones they are. I got 3 of them. You know, for a second, put them all together real quick. I'm not going to. These would actually be really easy just to like fucking magnetize. Actually, I could do that real quick. We got 3 of these guys. I plan on painting one day. He also gave me a bunch of like small, you know, Warhammer stuff that I'll clean up and like, oh, I love the towel, but like, you know, I have some custom colors I want to put the towel in and stuff like that. And these kind of broke, so I'm gonna get rid of some of those, but I bought like a whole bunch. ATAP, there we go. Thank you. Got 3 of them. Also behind, I have a lot of gray myself, so it's like I'm working on Crimson Fatalis, I'm working on the airship, and I'm working on these guys, obviously. I'm getting ready for the charity event that we're gonna be doing in July, which I'm gonna be giving away minis or selling minis to like stuff like that, and you know, all that kind of stuff. So I have a few things I'm prepping for. Alright, we're done with these guys. Finish that. What time is it? It's 9:30. How are my spoons looking? How are my spoons looking, guys? What do you think? Well, what you think doesn't matter about my spoons. It's what I think. Yeah, I pushed it. I got pretty far. I pushed my limit originally, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you guys everything we've painted today, what we've done so far on them. So when it comes to these heads, we did some pin washing when it came to some of these like bigger crevicey areas with a custom mix of like a gray and Nuln Oil. Make it look a little less black, a little less intimidating. We also got the lead belcher on here with, of course, a wash. But as you guys know, I do a lot more pin washing when I do washes. I don't care to do like full washes except for on lead belcher surfaces. So we got a lot of pin washing done there. Same with the command bunker. It's a little more subtle on the command bunker, but we do have some pin washing there. We did pin washing on all the bases as well, but we added some moss to these guys. And as is with everything with the Mosswood Rangers, always covered in moss, and it's always a random thing. So like this is like the Mosswood Rangers always have like a little bit of a randomness to their moss, you know? It's never the same. All these pieces will eventually get mossed too. Everything will eventually be mossed. So yeah. I'm very happy with these guys. I think they look pretty good. We're not done with these. We still have like a few layers of green to like make it really stand out. I'll show you guys before we head off what my mechs look like for this group. But yeah. If you're on YouTube watching this as a VOD, YouTube, thank you very much. I hope you had a good one. Stay safe. Stay Botanist Cool. We'll see you soon, YouTube. Everyone say goodbye to YouTube. Bye, YouTube. Put these guys down. And we'll get the video recording to stop.